Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into a company that's truly shaking up the engineering world.
Oh, this should be good. I love seeing companies that are pushing the boundaries.
And this one is definitely doing that. We're talking about 2IS Engineering.
2IS Engineering.
Yep, and get this, they're all about speed and creativity. I mean, really rapid turnaround solutions without sacrificing quality.
That's a tough combination to pull off. Most companies are either fast or good, but rarely both.
Exactly, but 2IS seems to have cracked the code. They work with some pretty big names too. Caterpillar, GE, Pratt and Whitney, just to name a few.
Wow, that's an impressive client list. Those companies don't mess around when it comes to engineering.
No, they don't. So what's their secret? Well, for starters, they offer a whole suite of services: outsourced design, product development, 3D modeling, even reverse engineering.
That's a pretty wide range. It sounds like they can handle almost anything.
They pretty much can. But it's not just about the breadth of services. They're also known for rigorous testing and analysis to make sure their designs are built to last.
Ah, so they're not cutting corners just to get things done quickly.
Not at all.
Yeah.
They've actually got this unique approach to testing that sets them apart. You familiar with FEA analysis?
Finite element analysis. Yeah, I've heard of it.
So imagine creating a virtual model of, say, a bridge. FEA analysis lets 2IS basically simulate how that bridge would react to all kinds of stresses: heavy traffic, strong winds, even earthquakes.
It's like a digital stress test. You get to see how the design performs under real-world conditions before you even build anything.
Precisely. And 2IS doesn't just use standard FEA. They've got this unique methodology that allows them to really go deep and predict potential problems before they even arise.
That's especially important for industries where safety is paramount, like aerospace. You definitely don't want a wing failing mid-flight because of a design flaw.
Exactly. Now, speaking of innovative solutions, the founder of 2IS has a personal story that really embodies this whole problem-solving mindset. It's a bit of a wild one, involving a 10-millimeter kidney stone and a determination to avoid surgery at all costs.
Wait, a 10-millimeter kidney stone? That's ouch. I can see why he wanted to avoid surgery.
Right, but instead of just accepting his doctor's recommendation, he took matters into his own hands like a true engineer. He basically became his own test subject.
That's fascinating. What did he actually do?
Well, he started by drastically increasing his fluid intake and incorporating hundreds of jumps into his daily routine.
Hundreds of jumps.
Yep, that sounds crazy. But he was basically trying to use physics to dislodge the stone and get it moving, like a controlled earthquake for his kidneys.
Wow. Did it work?
You're not going to believe this, but just 3 days before his scheduled surgery, he felt the stone move into his bladder.
You're kidding. Even his doctors must have been surprised.
Oh, they definitely were. But that wasn't the end of the story. He still had to get that stone out right. So he developed what he called a controlled force method to expel it naturally.
Controlled force. Sounds intense.
It was. But incredibly, it worked. He managed to pass the stone without any medical intervention.
That's incredible. It's like he engineered his own recovery. It really speaks to the spirit of 2IS, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It shows their commitment to finding solutions, no matter how unconventional they might seem. But this whole story got me thinking about the founder's background. I mean, where does this problem-solving mindset come from?
Yeah, it's got to be more than just a one-time thing.
Well, we've touched on the impressive client list, but the founder himself has a resume that's like a deep dive all on its own. We're talking over 30 years of experience in everything from aviation and heavy machinery to automation and data analytics.
That's a serious amount of experience, and across such a diverse range of fields, too.
Right. It's not just depth, it's breadth. And get this, he's worked for some major players, the Department of Transportation, Caterpillar, GE, even JUKI Automation Systems in Japan.
Wow, that kind of experience exposes you to so many different ways of thinking and approaching problems.
Absolutely. It's like having a team of specialists all rolled into one. But speaking of teams, 2IS is more than just a one-man show, right?
Oh, absolutely. The founder has built a team of experts, each with, get this, between 5 and 30 years of experience in the field.
Wow, so we're talking about a collective wealth of knowledge that's pretty mind-blowing. It seems like they've got the experience, the innovation, and a company culture that encourages pushing boundaries.
It sounds like a dream team for any engineering project.
It does, doesn't it? But how does all this translate into real-world results for their clients? Let's dig a little deeper into some of their specific achievements.
Okay, let's do it. I'm really curious to hear about what they've accomplished.
Well, for starters, the founder won the Secretary's Transportation Safety Award back in 2019.
That's a pretty prestigious award. It recognizes significant contributions to transportation safety. It's not something to be taken lightly.
Definitely not.
Hmm.
And that's not all. He also holds multiple U.S. patents.
Multiple patents.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you he's not just solving problems, he's inventing new solutions.
Exactly. And his company was even recognized as a top 100 entry in the Create the Future design contest.
Create the future. Now that's intriguing. What kind of groundbreaking innovation earned them that kind of recognition?
That's what I want to find out. Let's dive into that next.
And the details of that Create the Future entry are kind of hush-hush. Got to protect that intellectual property.
Yeah, makes sense. But it's a pretty impressive feather in their cap, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Speaks volumes about their commitment to pushing the boundaries of what's possible in engineering. But hey, you know what else is interesting? The founder's resume. I mean, we talked about his experience, but it's not just the length, it's the breadth that's really striking. Worked all over the globe, got degrees from some top-notch universities.
And if I remember correctly, he's also got that Six Sigma Green Belt certification, right?
You got it. That signifies a deep understanding of process improvement and efficiency. Like, think eliminating defects, streamlining operations. It shows he's not just a brilliant engineer, but also a leader who gets the importance of optimizing every aspect of a project.
So it's like a perfect blend of technical expertise and strategic management. No wonder those big companies trust 2IS with their projects.
And did I mention he speaks multiple languages?
I think you did, but it's worth repeating. In today's globalized world, that's a huge asset.
Absolutely. It allows him to collaborate seamlessly with international clients and teams. But, we've been talking a lot about the founder, but let's not forget about the team he's built. What can you tell us about their expertise?
Yeah, you're right. It's not a one-man show.
Well, each team member has extensive experience. I mean, we're talking anywhere from 5 to 30 years in the field, and they come from diverse engineering disciplines to mechanical, electrical, software, systems integration, you name it, they've got it covered.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So they can tackle projects from every angle.
Exactly. And get this, they're big on collaboration too. Really believe that bringing together different perspectives leads to more creative and robust solutions.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's like the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Right. Exactly. And that collaborative spirit, it's kind of woven into their company culture. Open communication, sharing knowledge, everyone contributing their best ideas.
That's refreshing to hear, especially in a field that can be pretty competitive. But, we've talked a lot about their experience, their expertise, their culture, but what does it all mean for someone who's actually thinking about working with 2IS?
Well, I think it boils down to peace of mind. Knowing your project is in the hands of a team that not only has the technical chops, but also the experience and the drive to go above and beyond to deliver exceptional results.
This is about more than just delivering a design. It's about being a true partner who's invested in their client's success.
Exactly. 2IS sees their clients as collaborators, working together towards a shared goal. They're not just fulfilling a contract, they're building relationships.
That's a powerful message. It's like they're not just building machines, they're building trust. And they're doing it all with this incredible sense of urgency and creativity. It's really inspiring. It's really something to see a company that combines that high level of technical skill with a genuine passion for what they do.
Yeah, it's not just about the nuts and bolts for them. It's about going that extra mile and really pushing the limits of engineering.
It all comes back to that kidney stone story, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a perfect metaphor for their approach to everything.
I see what you mean. They see a challenge, they don't back down, and they come up with a creative solution, even if it means breaking the mold.
Exactly. They don't just accept the status quo.
Yeah.
They challenge it, and that's what leads to innovation.
It's a great lesson for all of us, really, whether you're facing a technical challenge, a business problem, or even a personal obstacle.
Right. What if the answer lies in thinking differently, in approaching the problem from a whole new angle?
Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and try something unconventional.
Like 2IS, you might just surprise yourself with the solution you discover.
And if you're interested in learning more about 2IS and their unique approach, definitely check them out online.
You can find them on their website and social media, and it's really inspiring to see a company that's so passionate about what they do. So keep exploring, keep challenging yourself, and never stop pushing the boundaries. That's what 2IS is all about.